And I'm only on today's show, Kamau, to wish you a happy belated birthday and let you know
Thank
how much you are
you.
loved and appreciated in the Love and Stuff community, and of course in the sports talk with Kamau and Felix family. I'm so proud of what you guys are doing. You're in my Super Bowl, even though the Lions didn't make it to the Super Bowl. You're in my Super Bowl. See what I did there? You're in my Super Bowl of commentators, my favorite guys to listen to on Saturday. And I wanted to wish you both happy birthdays because you're both in January, but Kamau, especially because this was your week. You're getting older, but you're just getting better. So many, many
Thank you.
more. Enjoy. Have a great show. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I had a great week, and it's still going. It's still going.
This
Morning,
guy,
sir.
man, what is going on, man? Yeah.
It's all right. I caught myself getting out here early and getting set up, and my phone started overheating. I had to take my case off of it. I had to turn the air conditioning on, make sure the phone stay cool. So if you hear humming in the background, it's just the engine. But we're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, man. Good morning. First of the month, man. Like you said, man. Happy belated, man. Hey, you made it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Greg. How you doing over there? Good to see you. He'll be back with us next week. And as we do our Super Bowl edition. And he gonna help make some predictions. And we gonna get to our predictions later on. We actually putting a pause on the predictions for this week. We're gonna come back with one game next week to see what's going on with that. But speaking of which, we're gonna start off with our topic of the week. But before we do that, we want to send our prayers and thoughts out to the people who are in the crash this week, the servicemen as well as the American Eagle people that was on that plane. A lot of good people. The stories come out of the people who they are, who they were, and what they did in our country. And we want to just thank for their contributions and pray for their families as they move forward. So the topic of the week, as voted by the people who are watching and pay attention to us, is will Kansas City Chiefpeat? They try not to use the word three-peat because Pat Riley owns three-peat and they don't want to pay him. And so they trying to patent or get the whatever it is for the word Chiefpeat, so they can try and get 3 in a row. So the question is, will the Kansas City Chiefs, Chiefpeat? What you think?
I don't know, man. I really don't. I mean, records are made to be broken. I don't know, because they've been cheating, man. I mean, let's call it what it is. The refs been helping them. They should have more than 2 losses. But I don't know, man. I got a whole week to think about it, so I don't know. I really don't.
I agree with you. I'm not 100% sure who I'm going to pick yet. I'm really 49-51, 51-49 on both teams. I really don't know yet. I'll know by next week. But I know I'm looking at the odds. I normally don't look at the odds, the Vegas odds, at minus 130. The Chiefs sport a 56.5% chance of winning the Super Bowl. What does that mean in layman's terms? Meaning it would take a $130 wager to win $100. $230 total on a bet for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. At plus 110, a $100 bet on the Eagles would net $200 and $210 back. So essentially, the odds are against the Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm not, if I'm bet, I'm gonna bet you straight up. I'm gonna say the Eagles gonna win, Chiefs gonna win. I've never been good at putting points up. I went to Vegas 3 years ago and put money and bet the wager line and didn't get no money. If I'd have just bet my team that I thought I was gonna win, I'd have got some money back. Okay. But so that let me know, don't bet the points. And whenever I bet somebody, somebody's like, well, I give you 2.5 points. And what would that mean? And they smile. I said, oh, no. We just going to bet straight up.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good game. Brandon Graham, BG, is supposed to be back. They activated him off the injury reserve list. And so it's still not 100% he'll be back, but it's pretty close right now that he's going to be back. Okay. So that'll make the 3rd Super Bowl for him that he's been there. He's the elder statesman over there. So I'm looking forward to the game. Of course, we're going to hold back on our predictions right now. We're gonna see what happened with that moving forward. We're gonna see. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it next week. Next week we're gonna do our big show. We're gonna do a huge big show. Our Super Bowl. We're gonna bring in the two gentlemen, our two favorite gentlemen, and we're gonna see see the fun that they're gonna have to talk about it. Steve and Greg. So be ready, Greg. Be ready next week. This time, get your outfit ready. Get your grease and your brush, and so you be and your lotion, so you can be on camera. Be on camera. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna move forward to the NFL. Let's see here in the NFL championship review. Commanders versus the Eagles. The Eagles look like the varsity team, and the Commanders look like the JV team. Even though they split in the regular season, that game was ridiculous. I got to see it from about halftime forward, and it was like every time the Commanders would do something, the Eagles would be like, "Ha ha ha ha, silly rabbit, that wasn't nothing. I'm going to score twice on you scoring once." What did you think about that game?
Well, let me see. The Commanders took out the Lions, and then the Eagles took out the Commanders. It make you think what the Eagles would have did the same thing to the Lions. That's what it made me think.
I thought the same thing, but that made me think of one thing. The Lions did not take the Commanders seriously.
No,
that's essentially what I thought. Because they would have stepped up to the challenge against the Eagles, where they didn't accept the challenge to play the Commanders.
Correct.
So that's exactly what I thought about.
They thought the Commanders was just happy to beat her, and now what I'm saying, I'm gonna just go ahead and we're just gonna run them over. And then it came out, okay, we in a fight, and by the time they realized they was in a fight, Jared Goff was playing concussed. They already seen they was down 18. It was David Montgomery had no bearing on the game. It was over. It was over before it started. So
yeah. Mike Tyson thought he was fighting Mr. Douglas. That's what it was.
You're right, yeah. He gave him a shot, yeah.
That's what happened. So kudos to the Commanders though. Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. That's exactly what it was. So Eagles showed up to play, and they beat them like they beat the Lions back in what was it, '93 in the championship game, when they just kept scoring and scoring and scoring on their way to the next game that year. You remember that game? That's what that looked like to me.
Yeah, they was here for a short time, not a long time.
Yep. Yeah. So Bills and Chiefs. Did the Chiefs win the game, or did the Bills give it away?
The Bills gave it away, because I take that pass from Josh to Kincaid 40 times, and Kincaid make that catch more than half. He just missed the catch.
He did alligator arm that catch. I wish they could have had a video of his face. I wonder if he closed his eyes and he thought he was going to get hit. But I think that game was over long before that. When you take points off the board and after you kick the field goal and so, it's going to be on the 1 yard line, we're going to go for 2. No, you big dummy. Keep them points on the board. No.
Yeah. Man,
you go for it twice and you come away with no points twice. Right. No. Keep them points on the board. To me, that was the difference in the game. When you got to throw a desperation heave at the end of the game.
Dan Campbell effect.
Yes, I agree. 100%. It's the Dan Campbell effect. Well, we got to do something now. We got to do it right here. We can't waste the Quantas opportunity. You did. You took advantage of the opportunity. The opportunity was there when you scored a touchdown and kicked the field goal. So what? They jumped off sides. Take it out on the kickoff.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
To me, that made no sense. So you gotta win the mental game and the physical game. Kansas City won the mental game. They didn't necessarily win the physical game, but they definitely won the mental game. Yeah. With the Chiefs, they could have beat the Chiefs. They had already beat them that year, so they already know they could beat them. So you just got to continue to make the right plays at the right time.
They destroyed them. They didn't just beat them; they destroyed them. But that was in Orchard Park. So, yeah. But it's like, you know, I guess it's hard to beat them when it comes to crunch time because everybody that had the scenario with Baltimore. Oh, you need a running back. They went and got a running back. That didn't work. Then it was, oh, you need home field. You had home field. You didn't beat them. Oh, Lamar need another target. You went and got my man. You can't. It's hard to beat them, man. But then it's hard to beat them too when you playing 15 against 11 with the 4 reps. It's hard to beat them, man. I mean, you know, it's like they lose, but then they gain. What I mean by that is, okay, they lost the cheetah, but they gained the extra ref. Then you lost, what's his name? You gained another extra. You lost Eric Bieniemy, you gained another ref. So it's hard to beat, man. It's 15 on 11. It's hard. It's hard.
I agree. Yep, it is. It is. So you got to beat them mentally more than physically. Like the week before that, when Houston kept complaining, and the former player that played for he played for New England. He said you got to do. They weren't prepared to do what it took to win that game. I think that Buffalo was, but when you got to make the right decisions at the right time. Physically, they was right there with them, but you cannot take points away when you already have them. And you can't make the decision to go for 2 the second time because you blew it the first time. Go and kick that first field goal. Make it 7. You went but 1 point away or 2 points away, whatever it was close. It was still close enough where another decision further down the line, you could have been okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So of course, hindsight is always 20/20, and those are things that kept them away. So in the future, maybe he'll make a better decision for that. Good morning, Miss Adrian Lyons. Thank you for joining us. Who we vote for the Super Bowl. We're gonna hold on to that one to next week. We're gonna do a little cliffhanger. So come on back next week when we have our Super Bowl show, full review of the season, and at the end we're gonna do our predictions. We do appreciate you joining us this morning. This line. Tell all your friends that we're here. We want to thank you for joining us. All right, let's see. We got a new head coach, Liam Cohen of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You remember when he most go? What is he gonna be most famous for now? We got the kneecap, and now we got Duval.
Oh,
did you catch that?
Right. Yeah.
I had to look Duval up. I thought he was talking about Duval the comedian. I thought he was like a big fan. From what I found out, Duval is the county for which the stadium is where the stadium is, Duval County. And so I guess they say that a lot at the stadium. I'm not a Jacksonville fan like that, but we gonna see. Liam Cohen, I hope he's a good coach because you got blind Jerry Curl over there, and it's time for him to start doing some winning, or they're gonna start looking to trade him, even though they gave him all that money. He gonna get the Russell Wilson treatment soon if they don't start winning. So I had to look that up. Duval County. That was pretty cool. Yes, sir, Mr. Brown. I had to look that up because I was like, "What? Why is he yelling like that at the press conference?" I'm glad he did it because it could take away the take away from Dan Campbell always the kneecaps. I'm glad that that he the new guy. He the new one.
The motivational speaker. Right. The motivational speaker. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. We're gonna get to the lines right about now. We got Pro Bowl news. We got Jared Goff winning the passing competition. I got to see that video. Of course he's an NFL quarterback. He should be to hit them passes. That's just did you see the competition? Did you see the things in the background moving? He had to hit the targets.
Okay, you can hit targets in a competition, but you can't hit the target in the game. Wow.
Yeah, of course. You don't have no defensive end breathing down your neck. You can just sit, point, and throw the ball. Of course. That reminded me of back in the day, Dan Marino at the skills competition.
Yeah.
Hitting that joker 70 yards on the dot.
Dan used to kill it and didn't do that in the season. Yeah.
You would see that every year. Dan Marino coming there with, swiping his brow before he get out there with the towel around on his waistband, and so it was it was a cool thing to see Mr. Goff went out there and do something good for the Lions, seeing that they stunk it up when they had a chance to actually play the game. And in the Lions news, is the window of opportunity closed? I know we talked about that a little bit this week. Let's bring that conversation public.
Yes.
I'm afraid that it's closing. I'm not saying it's closed.
It's closed. Out of business. Gone. Moved location. Gone. Reason I say that, the Detroit Lions are the 49ers. And here's why. Last year, what did you go to? The NFC Championship. Where did the 49ers go? The Super Bowl. They lost, correct? To the Chiefs. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fast forward to this year. Where did you go? To nowhere. The first round. Where did the 49ers go? No playoffs. Y'all both had injuries. They lost a key receiver. You lost a key defensive back. You lost a key defensive end. Both of y'all had injuries. The only difference is Kyle Shanahan is a coach. Kyle Shanahan then went to 2 Super Bowls. You're never going to a Super Bowl with Dan Campbell because he's not a coach. And now the road just got harder because now the clown, I ain't going to call them clowns because I ain't even got a chance to see him. David Shaw ain't been nothing since he been at Stanford. If you were going to go that route, you could have called me and I would have told you, go find Jim Bob Cooter. He already know the offense. When that last year he had Matt threw record numbers. Go get Jim Bob Cooter. You wouldn't have missed a beat. Jim Bob Cooter was just as good as Ben Johnson. Maybe a little bit better. As far as the defense, me and you talked about it. You should have went and got Wilkes. Used to be the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Or you could have went and got Robert Saleh. It's over, man. You're not, it starts with the head coach, which you don't have one. So you're not going nowhere.
David Shaw has no toughness about him. I'm not saying he's not a good coach, but he does not coach tough. We are a tough team that finesse when we have to. We're built on the offensive line. Of course, we got to go get some linemen in the offseason. You always got to retool your line, but you got 2 of the top 10 linemen in the NFL right now, and your center who has been hurt, and in Penei Sewell. So of course they already said they're gonna go look to the draft for some linemen because that's where you build your line. But David Shaw is not the answer. But then let's see, they hired John Morton, not to be confused with Johnny Morton. He was senior offensive assistant from 2022. He's been last 2 seasons. He's been with the Broncos passing coordinator. And Kelvin Shepard, they plucked him from the inside. He was promoted from being the linebackers coach. And like you said, Steve Wilkes has gone to be the Jets defensive coordinator. And we lost our passing coordinator, Tanner Engstrom, which allowed them to pick up with the guy who was at Stanford. You just said his name. I forget his name just that fast. David Shaw. David Shaw, he's a good guy. You can tell by his spirit, just by seeing him, he's a really good person. But in terms of coaching, we need coaches. We need top-level coaches right now. We need elite coaches. We need coaches that's going to go out and get the job done because that's what we got to do.
So you need
I don't know if David Shaw is that guy.
You need a head coach first. So you already dropped the ball.
We already in between 3 magic beans and cocaine drain, Dan. Why is his nose red on the inside? I can see outside when it's cold. Why your nose red inside? That don't make no sense to me.
Because the pressure is building. The pressure has amounted. The pressure, he can't believe it's not working. That's what he can't believe. He can't believe that this philosophy is not working. The biting the kneecaps and we built for this. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not built for this. What it is when you realize the late, great Dennis Green said it. They are who we thought they are. Once you realize you are what you think you are, because the fun thing about Ben Johnson, he's going to get them to believe. The Bears are not going to be at the bottom forever. We're really about to find out if Caleb Williams is a bust or not. We're really about Ben Johnson is about to let y'all see if he's a bust or not. Okay, as far as running backs, they got some of your former employees. DeAndre Swift. He used to be a running back for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Once he get them to buy in and he's young and he produces wins.
The buy-in is already there.
Right. Watch out. Watch out, Detroit. Because now y'all might flip-flop.
Reason why I say the buy-in is already there, because they already could not stand that coaching staff they had before, from the head coach on down. So for him to come in, he already got a leg up. Plus the fact that they beat them the way they did the last 2 years. So the players is already there, already like, hey, come on, man. Come on, bring me some of that magic. We already ready.
Yep.
So the buy-in is already there. Don't forget to click like, click share. I brought the book. I make sure I got my book with me. What book is that? Great for this journey every day by Mr. Marcus Holmes, the whiz that lives in Oz, the gentleman behind the scenes. Thank you, Mr. Marcus. You know what he's famous for? I keep seeing all these videos on TikTok. Lean in, let me tell you about it. This man is an HR specialist. You want to get some good tips on how to get a job, how to make more money in your jobs, how your resume is supposed to look like? Call that man up. Schedule a consultation. He'll tell you what to do. He'll give you all the right questions. He'll put you through some interview scenarios. He'll go over the STAR method with you. You know what the STAR method is? Situation, task, action, and result. You got to give that in a way that the employees know that you know what you're talking about, as well as put it all together so they can get ready to be hired. He's going to get you ready for your next interview. Who was that? Mr. Marcus Holmes. And not only that, he's an author of this book. He has a couple other books out there. Well, of course, we're going to put the QR codes and everything up at the end of the show like we always do. All right, moving forward. The NBA, our Pistons are 23-21. 2-1 since last week. They are now in 8th place. They went down just a little bit. And Cade Cunningham is been named as an all-star reserve. Did he deserve that?
I mean, sure, the East is weak. Hell, my dead grandmama could have been an all-star reserve. I mean, that's not you already know how we feel about Cade Cunningham, man. Like, stop, for real. I'm waiting to see. I'm really intrigued by this week because I want to see what's gonna happen Thursday at the trade deadline. I want to see what Trajan gonna do. Because you gotta remember, you gotta take into account that Jay Knight is gone for the year. If you're gonna look at that whole roster, if it's me personally, I'm seeing what I can get for Tobias. This is what I'm packaging. Tobias, Hardaway Jr. I'm kind of on the fence with Malik Beasley, but them two definitely go.
Okay. I know the biggest talk has been around Beasley. In terms of teams looking at him and wanting to bring him in for a championship run. And so that's who they've talked most about in terms of giving if anybody that might be traded, it'll probably be him. So at the end of the day, you know, it's still a business, and you got to get the most that you can moving forward, so you can get a couple more number ones. Why not? And then package that number one with a couple more number ones and go get you another big time player. Because you don't know if Jay, that's a serious injury. You don't know how he's going to come back. Just that's pretty much the same kind of injury that number 97 guy for the Lions. You don't know how he's going to come back. So you that's pretty much the same injury that Hutch got. So you're gonna have to really stretch yourself in terms of saying, is this what I'm going to do moving forward? Are they going to be the same player coming back, and are we going to have to make some changes moving forward in terms of bringing in the right people for who we need for that situation? That's just what it is. Did you hear about Mr. Terry Rozier?
I mean, Terry Rozier, I don't know, man. Maybe, like it's like Lou Will said. A lot of us, you see the $1 million contracts, and a lot of them not millionaires, man. They're thousandaires. And I got to do what I got to do to, support and feed my family. When you got, I can only speak for me, but when you come from the inner city and you really not accustomed to certain things, you only go out to eat when it's a birthday or a graduation or whatever. You never had a personal chef. Your personal chef was your mom and your dad, and you never, you get to this certain lifestyle, and it's like when Cam Newton said every Tuesday he heard the chime on his phone, he knew that was $600 and some thousand in his account.
Mm-hmm.
The average Detroit or the average youth, period, probably never going to see nothing like that, right? So you got people depending on you, not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong. You got people depending on you. A taker don't have no limits because they a taker, right?
That's right.
The only thing going to change with a taker is the way he going to come at you and ask. It's, can I? Do you think? Will you be able to? I was hoping. They just changed the phrases. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I'm not condoning what he did, but y'all got to be smarter, man, than what y'all doing. That's Brett Favre, Terry Rozier, all them NBA players that did the little insurance fraud. Y'all got to be smarter with your money. Because at the end of the day, you never seen a Brinks truck in a funeral procession. And you never will, because you can't take it with you. These clothes and stuff, it's a fad. I remember when True Religion jeans came out, they were $600 a pair. You know how much they are now? $40.
That's right.
So it's a fad. Yeah, you in the latest and greatest and all that. But, right. Stop trying to. It's like what my man say. Stop trying to impress broke people.
That's right. That's right. Ooh la la Sasson. I know you remember them jeans.
Who?
Sasson. S-A-S-S-O-N, them jeans from the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. Just imagine if you grew up with all sisters. And you had to wear Jordy ass jeans to school. You was the first guy with fat farm.
That's a fight every day. That's a fight every
Absolutely.
day.
So I don't agree with what what they doing, but I mean, I guess different strokes for different folks.
It's very true. Very true. We're gonna jump into a little bit of college hoops right now. We got Michigan State, #1 in the Big Ten, all alone at 9-0, 18-2, 13 straight wins. And Michigan in third place right now, 7-2, 15-5 overall. They did win their last game. Purdue played last night. I didn't get a chance to get that score, see if they won or not, but I know they're still in second place. And I got to slip in real quick and tell you about my field trip. I took a field trip this week. I came in Tuesday and went up to East Lansing and watched the Michigan State-Minnesota game. I almost didn't make it. All week I'm stalking the rental cars, and they got they was $150. I'm like, ooh, that's expensive. That's expensive. And so the day before they was down to 72. Ooh, I can do that. So with me, the way I fly, I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not. So I make the flight, and I get to Detroit, and I pull up my phone. They ain't got no rental cars. I'm like, this don't make no sense. Just yesterday it was $72. Right. So I'm like, I'm gonna sit around. I'm gonna stay here in this airport. I'm gonna stay in the airport, and if a car come up before this 3:00 flight, then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the stadium. Sure enough, 2:30, car came available. Because I was about to get back on that plane and come back home. I was about to be sitting in the airport. But lucky enough, I get there, get to the game. Michigan State win. They win by 22. I'm happy. And, me and Tom Izzo actually got the same birthday. We get to celebrate our birthday with a win. And they look good. They look good. They look like a classic Tom Izzo team. Just enough talent at each position. Nobody really standing out. Strong guard play. Nobody really stands out. Everybody, every now and then you got a guy who will put up 20, 19, 22, 25 rebounds, 50. You're going to get a guy more consistently with 15, 12 rebounds than you got a 20-point score with a Michigan State team. That's the Tom Izzo team. So and the funny thing about it is the way college hoops is set up now, the field is coming back to. I mean, the field is coming back because there's teams out there where they used to have all these scores putting up 30 a night, but it's coming back. Everything is coming back to where Tom, with the way Tom coaches. So you're going to see Tom have some success this year. Kansas is going to continue to have good success. Purdue's are going to have success. Of course, right now you got Auburn, Duke, Iowa State, Alabama, Florida, Houston, Michigan State, Tennessee, Marquette, and Purdue. That's your top 10. You look at those teams; they all play defense.
Correct.
Every single one of them, they play defense. You only on one player on all of those teams that you can name. Who is that? Cooper Flag. Out of all those top 10 teams, ain't but one player on any of those teams that anybody can name, other than the guy on Michigan State who dunked. He don't even start.
Well, Cohen.
Yep, that's it.
Well, no, you can name the guy in the middle for Auburn. I forget his name. Right, see, I forget his name, but yeah, it's the guy for Auburn, and then you got the guy Cohen from Michigan State. You got Cooper Flag. Houston, I'm not familiar with them. With Kansas, you got the guy that transferred from Michigan. But you got the point guard, Cade. What is his name? I can't even think of his name. That's crazy. I can't even remember. But you got KJ Adams. He just came back from an ankle sprain. But yeah, like you say, mostly Cooper Flag sticks out.
Yep, that's about it. But you look at the girls' side. We're gonna get to the girls in a second, and you got a couple names on all them teams, boy. They killing them. Flage and company put up. It's 3 girls put up 30 the other night against Oklahoma. But we're gonna get to that. Let's see here. And I forgot what jersey you got. Is that the Knickerbockers you got on over there?
Nah, since the Pistons won last night, I went ahead and threw on Isaiah. Oh, Isaiah.
Okay, all right. I take that. Isaiah Thomas is always my favorite player of all time. I always talk about some of my top 5. Buck Williams, the preacher. What's the preacher that played for Milwaukee all them years? Played forward. His name is escaping me. But them 3 of my top 5 of all time. You got Kareem, number 4, and the other one is Dr. J. So you got Buck Williams, Isaiah Thomas, Dr. J, Kareem, and the other one, he a forward. His name escaped me. He played for a lot of years for Milwaukee, and then he finished his career in Portland. He's a preacher.
You talking about Buck?
Buck Williams played for New Jersey. He finished his career in Portland as well.
Yeah, he played for Portland too.
But
he said Terry Cummins.
Terry Cummins, that's it. That's my top 5 of all time. I know that's the old school team.
Man, you don't have Michael in your top 5?
No, because we're unworthy champions. As long as we're unworthy champions, he's in my top 10. I'm not even gonna lie. He is the best player of all time, but he's not in my top 5.
Man, what is you drinking on, man? That doesn't even make sense. That don't make sense to him. What? Even a blind squirrel find a nut, but that don't even make sense.
It makes
Michael
sense
Jordan ain't in your top 5, but you got Buck Williams and Terry Cummins in your top 5?
That's right. Why? These are blue-collar players.
And Michael wasn't? And Michael
I'm not saying Michael wasn't. I'm a Pistons fan. How am I going to give some credence to Michael Jordan? He played down the street with the Bulls, and all he did was talk about my Pistons. When he come back and say we worthy champions, he'll be in my top 5, and I had to take out Buck Williams and Terry Cummins.
Because he had to, okay. The Pistons had to get over the Celtics.
Yep.
Mike had to get over the Pistons.
And the Hawks.
No, the Pistons. He didn't have to get over the Hawks.
No, the Pistons had to get over the Hawks and the Celtics.
I can't agree with the Hawks. I agree with the Celtics, but I can't agree with the Hawks. The Hawks only had
the very beginning when Isaiah.
You talking about when they had Doc Rivers, Spud Webb, and Dominique?
Yeah, when Isaiah did the little turnaround, he scored the basket, he ran and turned in the circle.
and Dwayne Farrell and all. No.
Yeah, that was their very first team they had to get over was the Hawks.
No.
And before that, it was the Knicks when they had Bernard King. When Bernard King came to Kobo and put up the double nickel.
Yeah, Bernard King is when I hear the stories of Bernard King, I think of Carmelo Anthony. Bernard King could put the ball in the rim, but he couldn't bring you no championship. Carmelo could put the ball in the rim, couldn't bring you no championship.
I agree. And Bernard King, he probably my number 6 player. He probably number 6. Probably number 6.
So you got Bernard King ahead of Michael too?
Yeah, I told you why. Michael is the best player of time. I'm gonna say it. But is he in mine? No, and that's the reason why. Yes, it is petty. Yes, Greg Brown is petty. It's petty.
And I don't even agree with Greg Brown, but I agree with him on that one, man. That's crazy, man. That list, that don't make no sense, man. That's like saying Bill Laimbeer was better than Shaq. And we all know that's a farce. And we all know that's a farce.
I wouldn't say that. But you know what else don't make no sense? Aardvark. But it's here.
This is why, man. The Detroit public school system has failed us again. This is why. Once again,
that's all right.
This is another prime example of someone who believes in the Great Pumpkin. See what I'm saying? He will bring.
I believe in the cartoon. I don't believe in the Great Pumpkin.
He'll bring toys to all the kids on the 31st of October. That Great Pumpkin. Yeah, okay.
I went to Great Pumpkin. But I believe it. I believe that our children are the future. All right, moving forward. We got our Red Wings still doing very, very, very well right now. They are 25, 21, and 5. They won the last 4 matches in a row. 55 points, 8th place in the division, 8 points behind the Panther, 10th place in the conference, 19 points behind the Capitals. They are 6 games away from making the playoffs as of Thursday night. I didn't get a chance to check it this morning to verify everything. I've been having a busy week, celebrating and having a good time. But the Red Wings are doing very, 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 very well right now. And Lalonde got him in place. They got him. He got him moving. And you can always tell when they play against a good team because they're not quite ready to play against the good teams. But the other teams, that's barbecue chicken. That's lunch for them. They eat them up real good. But the top teams is getting on them real good. So you could tell that they're playing at their level where before they weren't even playing nowhere near their level. So if they play at their level and a little bit above moving forward, they should make the playoffs. But where before it was ice fishing and the fish was just froze in the ice and they wasn't going nowhere. With no flow up under the ice for the fishes to move. So let's keep them moving, and I'm gonna get some more apparel for the. I'm gonna get some more Red Wings apparel to wear because I only have 1 shirt and 1 sweatshirt and 1 jacket for them. I got to get some more stuff to look good in my Red Wing stuff. All right, we're gonna move forward to the ladies, women's sports. We have in Michigan State in 5th place in the Big Ten. 7-3, 17-4 overall. They did lose their last game. And let's see here. Michigan is in 11th place right now in the Big Ten at 5-5. And 14-7 overall. They did win that. They lost their last 2. LSU, big game this week, played against Oklahoma. Such a big game, them girls got the pushing and shoving out there. Samaya Smith and Liz Scott got ejected for pushing and shoving. Did you see that?
No, I didn't even catch that, no.
They was out there. It was early in the game too, and I felt bad for them because you can both tell as soon as it happened, they both thought about the ramification, how they was gonna be out of the game, and you stick up for your teammates. That's basically how both of them got kicked out because one girl pushed the one girl, the other girl came over and pushed them like you don't be touching my teammate, and so now that she out for the next game, both the girls out for the next game. I feel bad, but it was a great game overall. LSU. What's the coach name for LSU? Kim Mulkey. Did you see when she smacked the clipboard out the coach's hand?
No. Kim
When she
did
was
that?
mad at the coach, she was mad at the coach. She was mad at the situation. She was, and she tried to play it off because she wanted to laugh. So she had to keep that mean look on her face and keep talking to the referee. But if you really look at it, she wanted to laugh. Like, did I just do that? And the coach standing there with her hands like, my hands, she just knocked out my hands. I'm about to find that and send it to you. Because Moki got that look on her face like, oh, boy, this is funny. But you couldn't laugh. It's one of those situations where she couldn't laugh. That was a good part of the game. Anissa Morrow, 21. Michaela Williams, 37. And Flau'jae Johnson, 25 for the victorious LSU team. So, hey, they still they still have an opportunity to make a run at it. Of course, they're going to make the tournament. They should be at least a Sweet 16 team. And, hey, you never know. They could win it this year. But, hey, UCLA and South Carolina, they looking real good right now. Looking real good. Looking real good. Looking mighty good. Looking mighty good. All right, now we made a good time. Made a good thing. We're gonna make a quick pause for the calls as we jump into Stoopid Sports News. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. This is definitely stupid right here. You would think this man would have known better. Who am I talking about? Ravens kicker Justin Tucker is accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 massage therapists in the Baltimore area. This goes back a few years. This isn't recent, but these are allegations that are coming to light recently because of the fact that there's always one. As soon as the first one come out, that's when the others come through and say, hey, this happened to me too. And I'm not saying it's a Me Too movement thing, but this is generally what happens once one person says this happened to them. The others come through and say, hey, this happened to me as well. So right now, 6 ladies who are suing him, and the NFL is investigating. This was rumors back before Deshaun Watson. So you would have thought that he wouldn't have been doing this. He's banned at these places where these people work. So it's once the word get out, they call other places just to come over here. He be trying to touch on these ladies, allegedly. So they banned him. And also who's the other? Is he the same kicker who was having who gave us the Christian speech?
Oh, I have no idea. He got me on that. I have no idea.
I think he's correct me if I'm wrong, fact checkers out there. Is a kicker who gives who's like I wouldn't say a MAGA supporter, but a supporter of women's what is it the barefoot and pregnant type thing. Women need to stay home and take care of that kind of stuff. I'm not saying it exactly right. I think it's the same guy. I was trying to find that information. I couldn't find it. I think it's the same guy who gave a speech at a graduation, and everybody was mad about it. And I think this is the same guy, who go to the massage parlor. For years, it's really kind of no secret that a lot of those massage parlors are there exactly for that. Thank you, Greg. That was Bucker for Kansas City. Thank you for that correction. A lot of these massage parlors are, they massage a whole lot more than backs. They that's the truckers go to see them. Oftentimes more than the lot lizards. They go to the massage parlors to go.
The lot lizards.
You know the lot lizard is? The ladies are not going
to. Yeah, man. Yeah. I can't believe you said, man, send all your complaints to Columbus stuff. Care of Kamau.
You can send complaints if it's not true. There's a such thing as a lot lizard in the massage parlors. A lot of them are known for what they do behind closed doors. It's a true fact. Every now and then you will hear about a massage parlor getting busted. They walking the ladies out because they done went in there and somebody didn't let them know that they do extra services. So I can understand why he would initially want to go there and try to find a place like that. But no is no means no, man. No means no. You know, he old enough to understand that.
Oh,
That's the truth. All right.
As I said, man, lot lizard, man. What is wrong with this guy? I wonder what my man. I wonder what my man has some knowledge about that.
See, I already know where this is going. This is a Terry Fair joke. I almost got caught.
I was just wondering, man.
I almost got caught. I almost walked right into it. I almost got caught. I was on Terry Fair. I already knew it. I was Terry Fair joke. I caught it. All right. We're gonna move forward. Angel Reese retires her mother.
That was nice. I did read that. That was nice.
Now, I was gonna put that in the women's sports area, but I had to put it on the Stoopid Sports News, and here's why: because we talked about how she talked about she wasn't making no money.
Correct.
In the WNBA.
Correct.
So, it's sort of like it's an apology on one side, but on the other side, which one is it? You're not making no money, or you are able to retire your mom. Now, I said up in the beginning, she made more money in college from her NIL and her endorsements. She still was making them endorsements in the WNBA.
Correct.
So she announced that she bought a house and retired and paid her mama's house off and retired her mom. She got to be doing good enough to do all that. She got to be making a good enough money to do that. Is she playing in that new league, that spring league? I don't think she's playing in that league.
No, I don't think so neither.
I don't think so. I know Rakia Jackson is. She's playing in that league. It's a 3-quarter court, and you get and you know they basically out there shooting a lot of threes. It's a pretty cool game to watch. I watch a little bit of it.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. It's fast paced. It's pretty cool to watch. All right. Last but not least, in Stoopid Sport News, we got players from Western Oregon University claiming abuse and seeking $28 million. They said it's 9 former players alleged abuse, excessive practice conditions, and inappropriate comments about players' bodies. We got another one. Western Oregon University. My question is, who outside of Western Oregon area knew there was a Western Oregon University? Let's be honest.
Fair.
Terry Fair knew about Western Oregon, and I don't mean that to be mean, but honestly, what conference is Western Oregon in where the pressure is so high that you got to win, that you got to treat these girls that way? That's the point I'm making. No matter where you at, it's pressure to win. I get that. Correct. It's pressure to win because they paying these coaches good money. You know, they want to bring the money in from the sponsors. They want to bring in the better players because of the money. I get it, 100%. But you can't treat people like that. No. So if where there's smoke, there's fire. 9 young ladies is trying to get $28 million. Something that happened. Something definitely didn't happen. Well, they ain't got no business. They ain't got no business. All right. We coming down to the end of the show. Thank you, sir, for another great day. Thank you for the birthday gift. It went to good use. I'll tell you about that later. I didn't use it in the way I said I was going to use it, but it was pretty close. Let's just say I went and got some wings at a pretty good establishment, but it was not a place of ill repute. It was not a place that had poles and flashing lights, but I went and got some wings. So I'll let you think about what that place was, and it was great. All right, we'll be back next week, February. Right. I'm sorry. Let me give our predictions. Felix is now at 121-66, having lost the first time, and with 4 in over a month. I'm at 115-72. Greg will be back with us. He was 4-2, and Steven was 3-3. So they're gonna join us for the big pick of the year when we come back for our Super Bowl party. They're gonna be the return of Greg and Steve. It's February 8th. Same bat time, same bat channel. We really appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do with us. And thank you so much again for doing the show. And we will be back. Don't forget, Love and Stuff Community Saturday. Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, our flagship show, Love and Stuff, hosted by Marcus Home. And also on Tuesdays, Dr. Valencia Egner, Good Reverend Dr. Valencia Egner. She has her show on YouTube. Be encouraged. Be on the look out for that. It's normally around 3 o'clock Central on Tuesdays as well. All right, young man. You have a great day. You be safe. And we're going to be back here, same bat time, same bat channel.
Yes, sir.